The Narcissist's Playground: Why Some People Can't Stop Lying. A Pizzaverse psychological documentary. The Mirror That Lies Back. You ever meet someone who lies so much they start believing their own bullshit? They don't blink, don't flinch, don't even feel it. It's like looking in a mirror that don't tell the truth. That's the Narcissist's Playground, where reality's optional and ego's God. In this documentary, we dive into why some people can't stop lying. Not just fibbing, I mean living lies. And spoiler alert, it ain't about deception. It's about addiction to power, control, and admiration. The birth of the mask. Nobody's born a narcissist. It starts early, a mix of childhood neglect, overpraise, or emotional starvation. The kid learns one thing: if I ain't special, I don't exist. So they build a mask, a perfect version of themselves, flawless, adored, untouchable. Every compliment, dopamine. Every doubt, panic. That's how the lying starts. Not to hurt, but to survive. To protect the fragile truth underneath. They don't love themselves, they love who they pretend to be. They ain't trying to fool you. They're trying to fool the fear that they're nobody. The high of the lie. Every lie gives a hit like a drug. The brain rewards them with dopamine. And just like a junkie, they chase that high again and again. But over time, they build tolerance. The lie's gotta get bigger, flashier, riskier. You see it in influencers, politicians, hustlers, even your cousin Vinny's ex who swore she was a model in Milan. Yeah, okay, sweetheart, sure you were. The truth don't feed their ego, but fantasy does. So they inflate, they embellish, they manipulate, all to keep that buzz alive. It ain't enough to be liked. They gotta be worshipped. They ain't happy till they're the center of someone else's orbit. Gaslighting 101. Here's where it gets dark. When the narcissist feels their control slipping, they start gaslighting. That's the art of making you doubt your own sanity. They twist facts, deny what happened, rewrite history right in front of you. You say, "You yelled at me." They say, "No, I didn't, you're too sensitive." You say, "You lied." They say, "You misunderstood." It's psychological warfare, not about truth, but dominance. To a narcissist, reality ain't a place. It's a product, and they're the brand manager. Inside the narcissist's brain. Let's talk science. MRI studies show narcissists have overactive reward centers, that dopamine system again, but underactive empathy circuits. They literally feel less emotional resonance when others suffer. That's why their lies don't eat 'em up inside. They ain't wired for guilt. They're wired for victory. The prefrontal cortex, the logic center, is hijacked by the amygdala, the emotional reactor. So when threatened, they lash out, not think. The brain says, defend the ego at all costs. That's why calling a narcissist out don't work. They'll rewrite the whole damn script before they ever face the truth. The collapse. But every empire built on lies crumbles. Eventually, the fantasy can't keep up with the facts. The adoration fades. The followers walk. The partners leave. The mask cracks. And that's when the narcissist faces their worst nightmare, the silence. No audience. No applause. No mirror. The lie was never for you. It was for themselves. But when the lights go out, even they can't stand who's left in the dark. This is the withdrawal. Without lies to fuel, they spiral, depression, rage, paranoia. They either rebuild or self-destruct. The survivors. If you've ever dealt with one of these charmers, listen close. It ain't your fault. You didn't bring it out of them. You just saw through it, and that made you dangerous. The best revenge ain't exposure. It's indifference. You don't feed the ego. It starves. You walk away, it collapses. The narcissist's worst fear ain't being hated. It's being ignored. So you rebuild yourself. You stop explaining, stop begging for clarity, stop trying to fix what was never real to begin with. And that's when you win. The truth. Power, control, validation, it all ties together. The narcissist ain't a mastermind. They're an addict wearing a crown made of glass.
But you?
You got the one thing they don't, self-awareness. That's the real freedom. They play pretend. You live real. That's the difference between their playground and your peace. So the next time someone tries to gaslight you, manipulate you, or drag you into their circus, remember, you don't owe clowns an audience. Keep your head, keep your peace, and keep your sauce simmering. This was the Narcissist Playground. Why some people can't stop lying. Subscribe to Bambi Palermo and the Pizzaverse Network for more deep dives into the minds of madness, where psychology meets street smarts. Till next time, stay sharp, stay classy, and forget about the phonies. Thanks for watching.